Welcome back, everybody, to some more Ratchet & Clank Future Tools of Destruction. I didn't stream yesterday. There we go. Yeah, I didn't stream yesterday. I hadn't slept much, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 arrived early, which I have been playing. Not that far into it, maybe... I'm going to tactfully say about 6 or 7 hours. Into what is going to be 100+ hour game is not far at all. I'm still in chapter 2, but I'm kind of going crazy as a completionist and just doing so many side quests right now. But I'm going to be getting back to that after this. A few things to talk about. But let's jump in first. What's nice about Ratchet & Clank is I can kind of just sit back and play it and not have any time pressure or any sort of sensitivity or anything like that, because I can just play it and there's none of that. There's no, oh, I have to get this amount done tonight, or I have to stream for the full 2 hours. You know what? If I wanted to just stream this for 10 minutes, I would. But yeah, I am starting early tonight. 5 minutes early. But, you know, some nights I want to stream this for 2 hours, some nights I want to stream this for an hour, you know. It's just how I feel. And the game is really well built around the idea of just doing 1 or 2 planets and then that's it for the night. But it is also really addictive, and I kind of want to be like, oh, I want to do more. Hey, Alex, yeah, I was just about to talk about those. So, we need to go to the next planet, so I'm just going to hit this box. Let's fly to the next planet, and then I'll talk about some of the things I've been up to. Yeah, we're going to Jacindu, I guess. Capital city of the Kirchu domain. Kirchu are fiercely hostile to any form that trespassers on their planets, but such transgressions are rare, as all life forms in the galaxy are allergic to their species. What? We're going to a planet we're allergic to? The criminal net intergalactic travel guide puts Kirchu City above Zordoom Prison and the sulfur mines of Praxis 4? 6? I don't know how to read Roman numerals. On its list of worst vacation spots in the universe. Well, that's where we're going. And as we blast off, let's talk about Source Filmmaker. Now, if people don't know what that is, Source Filmmaker is kind of a tool where you can use to make scenes and animations and such within the Source engine. If you've ever seen any of the Valve official TF2 animations, oh god, where like it's like meet the scout or meet the sniper and that sort of stuff. That's all done within Source Filmmaker. Anyway, so I've been using Source Filmmaker as a render engine for the last few days to build some scenes based around Star Wars. I started with a scout trooper in the rain, and then I moved on to do a much bigger scene called Assault, which is about a bunch of stormtroopers defending or attacking a facility, and there's an ATST in that. That took the longest time to build the set because it's this huge ruined, destroyed city kind of warehousey building, and there's a lot of detail in that scene. I think there's like over 100 pieces of scenery and props that I put into that scene. It's kind of crazy. And oh my god, I'm probably going to die because I'm just going to talk about this nonsense while I fly around. And then the one I released last night is Kylo Ren, called Raw Power, and it's him kind of in a dark, ash-filled sky kind of area with some First Order stormtroopers behind him, and I have also like added some flames at the bottom, and he's got his lightsaber ignited. That was a lot of work in post. The scene was really easy to make in Source Filmmaker, but I spent about 3 hours nearly in Photoshop just getting that to look right. And then I'm actually doing some Halo pieces right now. I've just started working on some Halo stuff. Just not because I want to leave Star Wars scenes behind, but because I've done 3 in a row. So I want to do something a little bit different. If anyone's interested in seeing these, by the way, go to my Twitter or my DeviantArt page, or find me on the Source Filmmaker community on Steam, because all my artwork's up there too. And I'm lucky enough that it's actually been some of the most popular art in the previous week. Like the last couple of days got the most upvotes and such, which is really, really humbling on there. And I post them on the Source Filmmaker, which is Reddit as well, which is just the subreddit SFM. So if you grab that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm working on some Halo pieces right now. I've always within the Halo lore, I feel like a lot of people just focus on the Spartans. And I mean, we've had one game about ODSTs, but I don't think one game is enough. So I'm going to do some pieces that focus on ODSTs, which are orbital drop shot troopers, orbital drop shot troopers within the Halo universe. And I'm going to do like some really colourful ones, some really somber ones, and just kind of mix it up a little bit. I think the Halo universe is really rich for that sort of storytelling that you can do with like still images and stuff, just like Star Wars is. And then I've got an interesting idea for a series of images that look all the same, but are different for Star Wars. And it will be a clone trooper, an Imperial Stormtrooper, and then a First Order Stormtrooper. All the same pose, pretty much. All doing the exact same thing. So I don't know if I want to make them 3 different images. Oh, this is a really weird thing to be doing. I'm literally just talking while shooting things nonsensically. I hope nothing really important has been said in the game, because I won't know about it. Yeah, so this other series, and I don't know if I want to do all of them just lined up next to each other in like a black room as kind of like a stylized piece, or do all 3 of them in situations as separate pieces and release them all at once. I'm not sure yet, as kind of like a series. But that's probably something I'll start working on next week, because really I want to do like one Halo scene today, well, today and tomorrow, probably this weekend in general. Because with the Xenoblade, I really want to just play a metric butt ton of Xenoblade. Anyway, back to Ratchet & Clank. If anyone's interested in that, like I said, go check out Twitter. That's probably the easiest place you can find it. Which is just twitter.com/FireDragonF4 and just look for the Star Wars stuff. They're really fun. Really, really fun to do. And then other stuff, other than Xenoblade, I haven't really been doing much. My sleep is not great at the moment, which is one of the reasons why I didn't stream yesterday. But, you know, shit happens, I suppose. I think it's my mind with all this Source Filmmaker stuff is in a little bit of a creative overdrive right now, because I've literally got more ideas than I have time I can create. So I've got notepads and documents, and I'm just, like, digitally obviously, not pen and paper, and I'm just writing down all these ideas, and I think I'm up to something like 70, 75, 76 ideas, and that isn't me being like facetious or like overzealous with a number. I'm being serious. Like, that's pretty much the number of things I've written down of ideas of things I want to make, and some of them are like really weird things. I have ideas for like a Dead Space scene. I have an idea for a Pokemon scene. I have ideas for Halo and Star Wars, and just a bunch of other stuff as well. I wish some of the Gundam models were a little bit better for Source Filmmaker, but I think that's more an issue of where you can rip the models from, because I really wanted to do a cool scene with Exia, which is my favorite Gundam, but they're not great. Anyone who, you know, knows Gundam, there's not many really good video games for Gundam, which is why it becomes difficult. I think we're fighting a boss in the middle of a black hole, I think, or a wormhole of some sort. I mean, I probably should have been paying attention, but hey, this is at least fun gameplay. I do like the spaceship parts in this game, just because you can kind of tune out a little bit. I mean, I hope this thing does something different than this, because right now I'm just, oh good, now it's different. Now there's lasers. Literally, as I asked for something different, it gave me it. The game knew I wanted something different. It changed up the gameplay with lasers. Can't go wrong with lasers, game. Oh! That laser hit me. Okay, now there's a big beam thing that's going to shoot me, I assume. Oh my god. My health is at half. Isn't terrible considering I haven't been paying attention. Maybe I play better when I don't pay attention. Maybe that's my thing in life. I just don't pay attention and I actually do better. Woo. Oh yeah, I'm nearly dead. I'm nearly dead. See, now I am paying attention, so I'm going to do terribly. And we got him. Sweet. I don't know if that discussion about source filmmaker stuff was interesting to anybody. It lasted like 10 minutes. In my head, it lasted about 30 minutes, but hopefully people at least found it a little bit interesting. It'll probably be more interesting if you've seen the actual thing I'm talking about, the actual artworks, but hey, let's get back to Ratchet and Clank. This is the place supposedly we're all allergic to the enemies of, which is a great premise. I want a sci-fi movie where aliens invade, but they're actually allergic to us. Actually, that's kind of the plot of War of the Worlds. Because like the common cold kills them, doesn't it?
Ratchet, we must get to the Dimensionator before Captain Slag does.
Okay. Gotta get there before Captain Slag. And with the source filmmaker stuff as well, Alex, I've been releasing like the process images, so you can see it, some of them like without the lighting and all my effects and stuff, just because some people find that stuff interesting. I didn't do it for the Kylo one just because I ran out of time last night, but if people want to see that, I'm more than happy to. Right, we have 6,000 raritanium, so what do we want to upgrade? I mean, Pyroblast is kind of my bear right now, so let's go with that. Cool, and then let's upgrade it all the way. Fully upgraded. That's like my favorite thing is the Pyro right now. So let's also upgrade the Nanoswarmer, which is really expensive. Let's just give it some more damage. And then I don't think we can do much with the Alpha Disruptor because the damn thing is so expensive. So I'll just leave the rest of the Raritanium for now. But we have fully upgraded now. With our Pyroblaster here. Oops. Right. Oh god! I nearly went straight off the edge. But yeah, I'm just out of all the games I'm playing right now, I think this is my favorite, just because of how well. Now I'm used to it. I would say it's easy to play, but it has its nuances that make it difficult too. So it's not necessarily easy. It's just really fun. Like right here, I'm controlling this with the 6-axis to make sure the tornado is stuck where it needs to be. Oh man, the tornado launcher is so good. Especially now that it's got, like that lightning bolt stuff. And the lightning Ravager is always good. It's never not good. Are these the things we're allergic to, or are these just the robot pirates still? I think they're just the robot pirates still. Back to the Pyroblaster. So Pyroblaster is at level 2. Tempest Launcher is level 5. Nanoswarmer. Let's upgrade the Nanos. Well, let's try to level up the Nanoswarmer. It'll do its work. If anyone gets close to me, they just get roasted. Yeah. I think we just leveled up too. Like us, as in Ratchet. And now I realise how good this game is. And for the last like 10 years, all I've heard about is how good Crack in Time is, which is the 3rd game in this quadrilogy, I guess. I'm very excited to play that game now because everyone I've ever spoke to about the Ratchet and Clank PS3 games tell me Crack in Time is like one of the best PS3 games, one of the best. It is the best Ratchet and Clank game I've heard, which excites me hugely. All I know about that one is there's another Lombax in it, and I think he's like a white dude and he looks really like buff. A white dude and he looks really buff. So if take that out of context, sounds like I'm talking about something like wrestling or something. A white Lombax rather than yellow furred is what I'm referring to. What are you fighting? Oh god. Right, I think this is one of those times where we get the Alpha Disruptor out. Took an Alpha Disruptor shot. 2 of them. Okay. Something just broke through the door. It's an electric pirate. He died really quick. Hello in there. Hello. Oh god, I'm nearly dead. Right, let's... Nano Swarmer. Oh, that bullet! It felt like it tracked onto me. Well, we have to do all of that again. I just threw a Nano Swarmer by accident. Hey, this helps everything level up. We hadn't got that far into the level, so it's fine. And I feel like now I know this game more, and I know the controls and everything. Because I remember when I first started, I was all over the place. I feel like I now actually understand kind of the nuances a little bit more, and I understand how the systems work. Like, the platforming feels way tighter to me now than it did when I first started playing this game. I think I've just understood all of the button prompts and timings and everything. Okay. All of these guys. What do? We Nano Swarm. And we burn them to hell. We leveled up again. Man, we level up so quick at the moment. I didn't see this last time. Raritanium! Ooh, what did we get? We got something. Was it a new item? No? Huh. Those guys hit really hard though. Lightning Ravager. Okay, bit of health. And we are out of Lightning Ravager, which is fine, because I'm going to go Alpha. No, well, actually, we don't need to go Alpha Disruptor. We can just probably Tornado these guys. Oh my god. That wasn't fair, was it? That's that dead. Alright, Nano Swarm right near this door. It might have been too far away for the actual door. Go! And Buzz Blades. I'm just gonna shoot the Buzz Blades in and they bounce around like crazy. Like the ceilings and the walls, it's crazy. I just said crazy 5 times in a sentence. That's how crazy it is. Right. As much as I'm talking about how easy this game can be at times, it's also kind of a challenge as well. This must be a return point. And this must be the way we have to go. Give me all the stuff, Tornado. You can stop spinning now, Tornado. You killed everyone. Thank you. Oh, we're moving. Let's equip the Pyroblaster. The fact that the flames have physics is crazy. Okay. I just got a comment on one of my Star Wars bitches as I was saying. I've literally just been talking about them. Faster shooting, more ammo. Let's do both of those. And let's upgrade Nano Swarmer again. I think that's it fully upgraded now. It is. And the Buzz Blades. Let's do more ammo and more bolts. Cool. Oh! Wow. He literally I thought he was about to kill me. So some dudes are about to break down this door, right? Oh! What was that? Ow! Oh my god, they're like little gremlin men. Look at them. They're hamsters mixed with robots. Oh my god. I'm dead. Oh no, I'm alive somehow. And I leveled up. Man, the Nano Swarmer is so good. I thought something was going to break down that door, which is why I put the Nano Swarmer there. Okay. That's a big looking ship! Oh my god! Right. Nano Swarmer. And back to the Power Blaster. Still trying to level this up. I want it to get to level 5. Oh! It's now level 3. And it now does 854 damage. I want to know what its next model looks like its upgraded model. Oh! I am nearly dead. I'm really nearly dead. Yeah, I'm really nearly dead. Did I tell you I'm nearly dead? I'm dead. Did you like my song? I call it I'm Dead. They do so much damage. They threw it the wrong way! Get out of it! This dude's like totally broken right here. Toast him alive. Don't know what's wrong with him. I think he glitched out. Right, Nano Swarmer. So I'm going to place a Nano Swarmer right here. I'm going to run away. Place another Nano Swarmer right here. Ooh, Nano Swarmer upgraded to level 3 too. I mean, Nano Swarmer and Pyroblaster are my two go-to weapons tonight, so... These should be the things we upgrade the quickest. Now, where are the hamster ball things? Come out wherever you... There they are. Don't come out wherever you are! I don't like you! You all scare me! Oh, one just fell off the level. And is like glitched or something. Look at him. Yeah, he's dead. Nano Swarmers are my blockade now. Throw them down and run away. Is this a return to ship? No. Just a floor design. Don't like the shaking. No, don't tear the place up. I'm meant to find the Lombax secret. Oh, run! Okay. Level up. This is a very green corridor. Hello. Goodbye. I mean, this weapon is quite powerful. It has totally replaced itself as my... Well, itself. It's totally replaced... What else was my close quarters weapon before? Fusion grenades. I still need to level those up. Yeah, I guess Lightning Ravager was my close-up before. Do you have any new weapons to sell? I have way too many bolts. Launches new and improved laser-guided lock-on system. Plasma Beast. Shard Reaper. Perforate your foes with high-velocity Trillium ore. Negotiator. Blow your opponents to smithereens with the final word in the rocket-propelled incendiary devices. I mean, that sounds awesome. I mean, to me, these two sound really interesting. As a new close-up and then a new, like, heavy weapon. I'll buy... I think I'm going to buy the Negotiator purely because I don't think I'm going to start leveling it up yet. Because I don't need it yet, but I think I'll need it later in the game. So I'll buy that now. And then we're going to buy the Razor Blades, Razor Claws at some point too. I just fired the weapon. This is it. I'm holding the rocket launcher. Yeah, I don't actually want to use it though. There we go. And devices will buy. Oh my god, we have a Transmorpher. Transform your enemies into lovable penguins, as Benedict Cumberbatch would say, with the latest molecular reconfiguration. And we'll buy a couple of Mr. Zircons too. I have to try out this device. Like, I have to try it out. Like, it's not even a negotiation. Oh, it's a rail section.
Keep your eyes peeled, Clank. It's gotta be here somewhere. Huh?
Or it's the boss section.
Ratchet?
I guess it's a running away from a boss on rails section. I mean, I can't do anything other than jump, it would seem. Oh my god, there's rockets being flown in. This is a pretty awesome looking set piece. And I just ran into the green fire like 3 times. Okay. Oh! Rockets. I mean, the missiles are literally above my head and I'm jumping and they're not hitting me. Great immersion game. It's Ratchet Clank, I don't expect immersion. Oh, the rail's going twisty twist! Oh my god, we're on the underside of a building. I guess we can't use any of these right now. Let's use the negotiator, which is the weapon I said I wouldn't use yet. Oh my god. Right, okay, let's not do that because I'm terrible. Let's throw a nanoswarmer down, which doesn't actually seem to want to stay up here on the ground. Yeah, it seems to go the other way. And then let's throw a Mr. Zircon. And let's alpha... Oh my god, I'm nearly dead. Will a Mega Leech Bomb work? I got, like, no health from that. Oh! I don't know where I am. I'm on the floor. I'm in trouble. I'm dead. Well, this is a crazy boss fight. Wow. And we have to do it all again. Right, let's figure things out. What's going to be the easiest thing to attack this thing with? Once we get on the floor, I think I should just do everything I can to Nanoswarm and Tornado it. We can return to the ship here if we want as well. Alright, cool. We've got everything. I already knew I'd seen the cutscene. Thanks, game. You have to jump really early to make it over these flames. And you don't quite see them, yeah, until it's too late. Because of the edge of the screen. Oh, good. Down to 66 health. So this is going to be a tough boss fight, I guess. I wonder how many times I'll die trying to beat it. I imagine the number is high. So I imagine we're going to get really used to doing that rail section real quick. Alright, Nanoswarmer, go. Man, it's got such a large range that... I can jump over it. Aha! Now you've gone and done it. And Mr. Zircon go. And Leech Bomb go. Bugger all. Penguins go! He's turned into a penguin! I see him over there. Negotiator. We haven't used you properly yet. Oh man, that hurt. That did a lot of damage. I tried to aim for that. Oh, I'm at 7 health. This is bad news. This is really bad news. Oh, I think we got it. I think that tornado did it. Uh-oh. Oh, no. It's the hat.
That Kerchu must have been protecting the device.
Look at this thing. I've never seen anything like it.
Ratchet.
This is incredible.
Ratchet. I think they followed us.
Avast, young scallywag. I see ye have something that belongs to me. Now be a good lad and hand it over.
Yeah, why don't you try and take it, Grog Breath?
You wouldn't begrudge an old pirate his booty, would ye? That'd make old Pete here a bit twitchy with the blade.
Aye, Captain. Say the word, and it's the locker for our friend.
Try to follow us, and I'll gut ye bow to stern. Gentlemen.
I mean, we're obviously going to follow them.
Ratchet, I just received a transmission from Aphelion. She has tracked Slag's trajectory to a fleet hidden in the Oobleck Passage.
Coordinates acquired for the Oobleck Passage.
Oobleck Passage, what a name. I guess we're done here. Let us leave and go to another planet. Long ago, the Oobleck Passage was a common space route between the Verdigris and Praxis sectors. However, the passageway was made virtually unstable or unusable when the Kragmites detonated a nearby neutron star in order to block Allied Polaris convoys. The residual radiation has made the passage unusable to all but robots and the hardiest of organic life forms. Makes sense, that's why old robot pirate man's there.
Ratchet, the situation is getting dire. I am sending a transmission to Kronk's comm unit requesting assistance.
What is, look at this
Fine,
place.
but I'm not waiting around. We need to get that Dimensionator before Slag can cause any more trouble.
What was I gonna do? What was I gonna do? I was looking at something. There we go. Fixing chat. I had my phone in my hand, but I was just looking at the screen. Right. Shop for weapons. Yeah, you saw me. Are these the Leviathans of this area?
Attention,
Big whale things?
This is a friendly reminder that Mother's Day is just around the corner.
I mean, Mother's Day isn't just around the corner though, game. It's like 6 months away. Maybe this world's Mother's Day is just around the corner. These universes.
Wasn't expecting any visitors, Lombax. Allow me to give you a proper greeting.
I mean, he's totally dead. How is he still alive? Look at his health is so high. Yeah, have a tornado. Yeah, I'm dead. 100% dead. How do we beat him better? Hey Sky, you missed my like 10-minute long talk about Source Filmmaker earlier. I've been making like a bunch of Star Wars scenes in Source Filmmaker. It was kind of interesting, and I played the game on autopilot and actually didn't die. So we figured out that I'm better at games when I'm not paying attention to them. Level 4. So in future, I'm just not going to pay attention to games anymore. Is he not here? Because I killed him already. Oh, I don't get all the stuff.
Perhaps there is a way to lower this bridge.
No eye patch, nope.
And... Alright, okay. Barret disguise.
Ye look like a pirate, but can you dance the jig like one?
Yes, I can dance.
To the sky! To the sky! To your left! To right! Shake your booty!
Shake your booty.
To the sky! Shake your booty! See the jig so
I shook
grand
my booty.
in many moves. Pass ye scurvy swine.
Did you see EA's statement on no one wanting to see pink Darth Vader? What a ridiculous thing to say that is, EA. Well, okay. The only argument I can see possibly against that, and it's a very, very minor argument that I actually don't agree with, is, this is me playing slight devil's advocate here, is that Battlefront is very much based in canon. And it's like, was there ever a pink Darth Vader in the original movies or the new movies? No. But I do think that in the future, if they do more Battlefront games after this travesty, what they should do is just make the single player canon to the story, and then the multiplayer stuff should all be just its own non-canon like contained thing. So then the multiplayer is not bound to it, and that means then that all of the loot boxes then for multiplayer can be cosmetic, and all of the credits boxes that you buy or you get gifted after playing games can be more about the card system and getting new items. So then playing the game gets you better stuff and more items rather than paying for it, and only paying for things will give you cosmetics. That's what the multiplayer should be. I definitely think the multiplayer should just be based on canon. Based on non-canon, sorry, and based around cosmetic loot boxes, and then single player should be no loot boxes, obviously, but based in canon. I mean, they're still going to make a shit ton of money from people buying cosmetic stuff. Like, I would love to get, like, loads of cool, different, unique skins for, like, stormtroopers and clone troopers, and even, like, different, like, even, like, maybe Rey wearing, like, a classic Jedi robe and stuff like that. Like, I don't see why we have to stick so closely to canon in a multiplayer game. Because clearly there weren't 1,000 fights on Hoth, and there weren't 1,000 fights on a Camino with the clones. There weren't, like, all these different fights. There weren't like 1,000,000 fights. You know, it doesn't make sense that you call the multiplayer canon, in my opinion. There wasn't that one dude lagging out because of a poor connection running into a wall in the corner. That didn't happen in Star Wars, so stop calling it canon. Although I'd like to hear the Star Wars story about the dude losing connection in the corner. Oh god, I'm dead. Where did he even come from? Nanoswarm. The Star Wars canon is a little weird because some of the books are canon, some of the older books aren't canon. And then Rebels has been re-canonizing some of the older stuff. I actually like that Rebels is re-canonizing some of the older stuff. I just wish Knights of the Old Republic was canon again, because I feel like it's so many thousands of years before, why not just make it canon? Or let's make a movie about the Knights of the Old Republic. Let's just recall it canon. That story deserves to be canon, in my opinion. And, I mean, Rogue One isn't really from a book. It's not really based on anything we've had before. It's based on some of the ideas... oh my god, I'm going to die again. These guys are ridiculous. It's based around some of the ideas about what happened when... or how the Rebellion got the... oh god! The Death Star plans, but not that closely. Oh, we just leveled up the gauntlets again. No. But hey, let's ignore all the shit going on with EA Star Wars right now. I realized today, I realized today, that it's the 1st of December in like a day or two. And then my mind went, oh my god, Star Wars comes out in 14 days. From the 1st of December, so it's like 15 days away. But my mind just went crazy, because I'm so excited for The Last Jedi. Like, I adore Rian Johnson as a director. Looper and Brick are both great, great films. I've probably seen some of his other stuff, but I probably didn't know it was him. But Looper and Brick are two of my favorite films he's done. Brick I saw when I was way younger, and Looper obviously more recently.
Captain Slag is here somewhere, Ratchet. We must keep
I'm just super excited to see where they take these characters, what they do with Luke in this, 30 years on storyline. And of course, my boy Kylo, my favorite Star Wars character, probably one of my favorite Star Wars characters ever, Kylo Ren. I mean, he's a bit of a love-hate character, because I know some people think he's like just this emo, silly character, but for me, he's written and acts exactly how I wanted Anakin to be in the prequels. Like, that is what, like, imagine by episode 3 if Anakin was just this emo mess, but still in the Jedi Order, and he starts like wrecking shit. He just feels like what I imagine a teenage Anakin would have been like, and he even kind of looks what I imagine a teenage Anakin would have looked like. Adam Driver is a fantastic actor as well. If you have never seen Girls, he is amazing in Girls. He's naked a lot in Girls too, but he's just amazing, and it's such a great TV show. I really, really enjoyed it. Lightning Revenger. But a lot of people were underwhelmed by Kylo when he took his helmet off in The Force Awakens. They thought it was a bit, I think humorous is the term I've heard, that he looks so childlike and weird. But I think that's what captures it so well, because he's such a menace when he's got his mask on, but then he just looks so, I guess, goofy? But for me, Adam Driver isn't goofy. He's kind of intimidating to me, the way he looks. So it totally worked differently to me, but I can see where people are coming from, because they did kind of soften his face up. But now he's got this scar from the fight with Rey, and he's got... I think he destroys his helmet. He's got a slightly new outfit in The Last Jedi. I'm very excited to see what they do with Kylo. He's definitely a bad guy with layers. I would definitely say that. Like, he's not just a one-trick bad guy. Like, he has connections to our heroes, being half Solo, half Skywalker, because that's what he is. So, if you think of the Star Wars saga, the main movies, so 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6 has been the Skywalker saga. These movies about the Skywalker lineage. Then you have Anakin as the Skywalker in 1 and 3, and then you have Luke, Anakin's son, as the Skywalker in the original trilogy, 4, 5, and 6. And really, our Skywalker in the new trilogy is Kylo, because obviously he's the offspring of Leia and Han, who Leia is obviously originally a Skywalker and was adopted by the Organas, when obviously they needed to hide them. And to me, I think that's amazing. The fact that they have basically made the main Skywalker a villain again. Because obviously he became a villain in the original trilogy, then he was a good guy who kind of turned a little bit. He started turning and believing in some of the dark side beliefs, but still in a good way. That was Luke by Episode 6. Like in Return of the Jedi, he does some questionably evil things. Not evil, but he uses some things that necessarily we wouldn't do as a Jedi. I say they wouldn't do. Which I think is great. I think morally grey characters, especially when they're meant to be good, is just a fantastic thing to do. And a fantastic thing to watch and read about. So, if we then think about Kylo in Episode 7, he is just a bad guy, but he has these moments that when he says, I feel it again, grandfather. The pull to the light. It's this whole idea of him having a connection to the light side because of that Skywalker lineage, that even he doesn't even know that Darth Vader, Anakin, turned back to the light at the end. The Skywalkers are inherently good Force users. And then we see Luke is not evil, but downtrodden and a little bit like beaten by what happened with him and Kylo. Like we even hear in some of the newest trailers that Kylo failed you. I won't do the same. Something like that is what Rey says to Luke. And I think that's such an amazing thing to have this history that we haven't seen yet. This whole Jedi Academy that happened. I think it's just amazing. Right, let me open this menu, and then I will have a look. See, what have you tweeted me? I kind of don't think we're going to get a Kylo Ren redemption arc. I really don't want him to be a good guy by the end. I mean, there was at some points when I thought he would become a good guy, but now I'm feeling there isn't good or bad, and I don't think we should be looking at these characters or these stories as telling us a story of evil versus good or good versus evil. I think we're looking very much at two sides of the same coin, which I think is a very interesting thing to do. Let me have a look at Twitter. You have sent me something on Twitter. It's a Tumblr. Dare I venture into the world of Tumblr? Oh, man. Well, this part is getting VOD muted. Hey, you know, does Daniel Powter even claim copyright for using his song? I don't know. Oh, poor Kyler. That was amazing. That was great. That was amazing. I held it kind of down to the side, like away from the microphone, so hopefully it didn't get picked up too much. That was great. Alex says, I like how that scene with Kylo and Solo just before that moment, the light's literally shining down on him. Well, there's literally, I remember being in the cinema the first time I watched it, and legitimately not knowing if that was going to be the start of the redemption of Kylo or the true turning point, because you've got light hitting him on one side of the face that is white and blue, and shade, well, it's a very, very pale blue, but white and blue, obviously, sides of good, but then the other side's very dark in contrast, so you've got darker blacks, and you've got that red shining on his face, and you're like, oh, damn, this is not only, like, in mind and in speech, a moment of decision of good versus evil, it's also a visual representation of good versus evil inside one's own mind, inside Kylo's head. It's just a fantastic moment. That scene in general, I think, is great. And that's why, like, I mean, people have a lot of issues with Force Awakens, and some of them warranted, some of them not, in my opinion. But I'm genuinely really excited for J.J. Abrams to come back and direct the final piece of this trilogy, which he is doing, because we were gonna get Colin Trevorrow, and I did not. I didn't want to see, I didn't want to experience a Colin Trevorrow directed or led Star Wars film.
Incoming enemy fire.
Because if you've seen any of Colin Trevorrow's other films, he's done one okay film, one not great film, and another terrible film. And he's probably done others that are equally as bad too.
Disable those cannons.
And I did not want him involved in the script. I didn't want him directing. They gave him everything. And then they've taken that away from him, thank God. He's been sacked, and now J.J. Abrams is coming back to do Episode 9. And he's writing the script again, which is good. But unfortunately, Lawrence Kasdan is not writing with him. Force Awakens is going to be like his last writing credit. And he is actually writing Episode 9 script with Chris Terrio. I can never say his last name. Which I'm also not thrilled about. I just hope he does something better than Batman v Superman. Because he wrote that. So, well, he was one of the writers on that. Yeah, I hope I hope the story group and some other dialogue writers get involved, because neither Chris nor JJ write dialogue amazingly well, in my opinion, but Lawrence Kasdan writes dialogue beautifully. Like, I feel like that the scenes where Kylo's talking to the Darth Vader helmet, or the scenes where that scene with him and Han Solo on the bridge, I feel like those just ooze Lawrence Kasdan's writing style and just feel so... I'm not even fighting these cannons that I'm meant to be fighting right now. Feel very quintessentially him. And he obviously wrote Empire and Return of the Jedi. And I feel those movies in The Force Awakens at times. Which is maybe why it seems a little formulaic and a little bit more like A New Hope and all this other stuff that people say. I think The Force Awakens is a great movie. Sorry, haters. I love it. Yeah, I am slightly worried about 9, but on a scale of worry, when Trevor Terrero was directing it, my worry levels were about 9 million. Now they're like 2. I'm just worried about the script a little bit, about the dialogue mostly. I know the directing's going to be on point, I know the acting's going to be on point. I just hope that what we get isn't Batman v Superman in the Star Wars universe. It won't be. I know it won't be. I'm blaming Chris Terrio for that script too much. Obviously, that was not his fault, all of that script. Just, I don't want the resolution of Star Wars to be, both of our mothers had the same name! Shmi Skywalker! I don't want that to be the end of Star Wars. I do really want an Obi-Wan standalone movie or trilogy, because clearly he would have done other stuff than just hang out on Tatooine all that. There's, what, 20 years? But I don't think he should be direct. Whatever he does, it should be to do with helping or trying to find... like, I think they could totally do the story where he goes to Dagobah and learns how to the abilities of a Force Ghost from Qui-Gon Jinn, who is played by Liam Neeson. Get him back! I think that would be a great thing to do. And maybe have him like going on kind of a pilgrimage or kind of a soul-searching thing, because he seems so chill, and I feel like he's accepted everything by the time he dies in A New Hope. And then even his Force Ghost in the other movies after that just seems so chill. So, hey, let's make that into a trilogy, or just a standalone movie. I don't think we need a Boba Fett movie. I don't think we need that at all. And I don't think we're going to get it. But we were going to get it. It was in production. And then Josh Trank made the Fantastic Four movie, and they fired him. So, you know, they fired a few people for good reasons. Well, I guess I can't talk about them firing people and not mention Why am I forgetting their names? Chris, Lord, and Miller. I'm really bad at remembering names. The guys who made Lego Movie, 21 Jump Street, who were making the Han Solo film. Let me pause. I need to take a drink. I'm talking too much. What have you got, Chewie? What have you got? What is it? You got a bun. Good boy. So yeah, so the Han Solo movie, which has been just named Solo, right? That's what it's called. Great. Oh, I should probably say my best friend is a locations worker for Star Wars movies. But my opinion is not controlled by her or swayed by her, the fact that she works on these movies. Anyway, she actually left working on Han Solo and does other films for Disney now, so anyway. So yeah, Lord and Miller, who were working on the Han Solo film, I guess wanted something a lot more improvisational, comedic, and a lot more like their other films. I'm not sure that works within Star Wars, because while you have funny characters like Lando and even Han at times, I think the comedy characters in Star Wars films have felt forced and unnecessary if their only purpose is comedy. Now, if you look at some of Miller and Lord's other films, you see they have a lot of characters just for comedy. Now, my main example of this is a lot of the characters in the Lego Movie are only for... What is going on? Do I have to do all of this again? Or is the camera just... Yeah, great. I have to do it all again. I think Solo is going to turn out well, purely because of the reshoots. I think the movie would have been okay in its original vision, so to say, but I feel like the movie we're going to get is going to be something more akin to what we're expecting from a Star Wars movie. Because Ron Howard's going to create a great Star Wars movie, I think, and he's reshot like a butt ton of that movie. And I think Donald Glover is a perfect choice for Lando. I don't know if I like the dude they chose for Han Solo, but we haven't seen his acting yet as the character. I think the thing there is going to be when we see a trailer for that movie. When we get a trailer for the Han Solo movie, I'll finally be able to know if they've maybe chosen the wrong guy for that role. But I don't know. It's one of those things. I'm just not sure. I think, but like I said, Donald Glover will be a great Lando. I already have huge amounts of faith in him. Thinks he's a fantastic actor. Thoughts on the Rogue One? You know what? I'm at two minds with Rogue One. It has some really, really good moments. Like some of my one of my favorite Star Wars moments ever is Darth Vader in the corridor. Hey, Matt from the future here, talking instead of Matt from the past on the stream. So I'm about to start talking about the influence of Asian characters within American Hollywood. Now, I'll go on a long tangent, pretty much dig myself a giant hole, and it just becomes a little bit of a mess. So if you're here just for the gameplay and you can ignore my inability to speak correctly about topics I'm actually opinionated about, then maybe skip the rest of this episode. Or skip towards the end, like when I'm fighting Captain Slag. Spoilers, I fight Captain Slag in this episode. For people who are actually going to continue watching, just go ahead knowing that my feelings are that I think that more Asian people should be getting more roles in Hollywood, and it isn't purely just because of the Asian investments, the Chinese investors, that they're getting roles. I use that as a point of discussion to talk about because Donnie Yen came out and said that before when Star Wars originally offered him the role of Chirrut in Rogue One, he said no because he didn't just want to be that, shoehorned in Chinese character for the Chinese audiences. And many, many other directors and casting directors have come out and said that studios are asking them to find Chinese actors to play these roles to fill that place for Chinese audiences. And I talk about that. That's all true things, that's all fact. But I talk about it in a way that I think it just gets very messy. I apologize if anyone was offended. by the discussion that goes on. I did not mean it to be as heated or anything like that, and I didn't mean to come across as an ignorant idiot, which clearly I am. I have the correct information in my head, it just wasn't coming out, and it came out wrong, what did come out. So just take that in mind. Some of you, when you're watching it, probably be like, dude, why did you even need to record this? It's not near, you didn't do anything wrong, it sounds fine. And other people may get offended by this, so I just wanted to say it before you get there. Anyway, that's the foreword on that one. Like I said, you can skip this episode now if you want, or if you're going to power through, just please bear that in mind. And next time, I'll discuss Donald Trump or something, because clearly I'm now a political master who talks about all the sensitive subjects. I would be terrible at anything like that. Anyway, here you go. The characters in Rogue One are good. The two Chinese characters they wrote feel like they're meant to be there. They're these guardians of the wills, and I don't think their race matters. And I think it's one of these things. Well, you're saying stop in the chat. I'm not going to stop because I think it's an important thing to talk about how the Chinese movie market is controlling the Hollywood movie market in some of the respects to actor casting. It is. This is a proven thing. This is not me being racist or bullshitting. It's a proven topic that the investment of the Chinese film market is influencing Hollywood films. And there was a huge discussion about, did they falsely include Chinese actors in Star Wars? And they've done it for other movies. Look at Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3 had like a 20-minute scene filmed only for Chinese audiences and was only aired for Chinese audiences. I mean, I'm not trying to be racist or do something I'm not supposed to talk about. This is stuff that's being talked about. Even Donnie Yen, who played the awesome character in Rogue One, he even declined the role to begin with. He literally got the call and said, no, I'm not going to play a character to be your, Chinese throwaway character in the Star Wars movie. He said that. He's even come out in interviews and said he declined at first because he thought it was just going to be for the Chinese market. Then he read the script and he saw how great this character was. And I agree. I think that his character was really good. Donnie Yen's character was fantastic in Rogue One. I think it's one of my most memorable things. And I think it's an interesting thing to talk about. It's interesting to look at. The whole Chinese market becoming this huge thing, and you can only have a certain number of American movies air over there, and they seem to select the ones with more of Chinese influence. I think is really interesting. And if you wait until the after credits of a lot of movies now, you'll see the logos of all the different Chinese investors who have helped, fund these movies. And I think it's fine. I don't think it's a bad thing. But some people have started talking about how it's influencing movies' characters, and I don't necessarily think it is. I think we could see it become an issue, but I don't think right now. I definitely don't think it was an issue in Rogue One. Nor do I think it's been an issue in any of the other movies I've seen, to be honest. I'm trying to think. I don't think there was any, because Justice League got a lot of investment from Chinese investors, and I don't think that had any sort of issues. Well, I mean, it had issues, but of a total different kind. And it's not an issue anyway. I think it's fine, but like I said, it's clearly an issue in Hollywood right now, and if Donnie Yen is talking about it and being vocal about it, and other actors are as well, I just hope that they continue to, like Donnie Yen's character in Star Wars, they continue to write really good, engaging characters that race isn't an important factor and shouldn't be. It should be, these characters could be played by any gender and any race. Like, I feel like there's all these like fan stories about where they've rewritten or they've changed the original Star Wars, like Luke to be female, and I think some of those just they work absolutely fine. There's the gender there, it doesn't matter. Luke could be an alien, and that story would still work. The only reason he's human is to oh, I'm gonna die, is to work with the audience who's watching it. Which is great. But actually, interestingly, they're making a new Hellboy movie, and I've forgotten the general. I can't remember the name. The general from the Hellboy comics was Japanese American, and they cast just a normal white dude in that, which is totally whitewashing. You are correct. And then he actually stepped down, and they've hired Daniel Dae-Kim, who is, I think he's American Korean. But hey, closer, Hollywood. You got closer to the original fiction. And I think that's a good choice, and I think it's a bold move by that original actor, who was a white American, to go, you know what, if the original character was American Japanese, I don't want to play him because I'm just a white American. I think that's a really good thing to do in Hollywood right now, because you are right, there is a lot of whitewashing going on and people recreating movies and recasting roles in totally just white focused things. All of you panicking in chat, I don't think I've said anything bad, and if I've definitely not aimed it to be bad. Like, this has just been a general discussion from my brain on things. I think I've just not chosen my words perfectly. I disagree. I think everything I've said tonight is perfectly fine, and if you disagree with me, stop watching my stream. That's pretty much how I feel about it. You know, I speak because I speak. This is my way. This is my views. It's what it is. And I'm not being ignorant about it. It's just how it is. Right. Always 6-axis controls. Always 6-axis controls.
Alright, Chief. What can we do you for?
5,000, 6,000. We can maybe upgrade the Alpha Disruptor. Maybe. This one and bolts. Yeah.
Only a true pirate may pass. Dance the jig and prove your worth.
And the worst thing about this is whenever they ask you to shake your booty.
To the sky! Shake your booty! To the sky! To the sky! Shake your booty! To the sky! Shake your booty!
You have to like waggle the entire controller. It's like playing a Wii game.
To the sky! Shake your booty! Seen a jig so grand and many more.
Give it back, slag.
He picked the wrong spot for a fight, me boy. Perhaps a flogging will teach you to meddle in the affairs of corsairs.
That's a good one, Captain. You made a rhyme.
Shut up, Pete.
Aye, aye, Captain. Shutting up.
Ready to bilge and step aside. The rats dine on lumbax tonight.
Wait, why am I pirate? I don't want to be pirate.
Secret of the lumbax is steeds with the pirates. A true
I don't know. What did it just say about missiles?
Pirate. Well, here's your chance.
I'm doing like no damage to him. I don't know how far we are in the game now, but I feel like we're at like a big boss moment because this guy's been following us around for like half the game, and yeah, I don't know how we're gonna beat him.
Still here, are you? Well, we'll have to do something about that. Lads!
Come need our help, lads. Skewer that mangy rat.
Come get your precious Dimensionator.
Ooh, level 5. Buzz blades have leveled up.
You have upgraded to Doom Blades.
Lads, get in here and cut this rotten creature.
You out of you mangy rascal. Get the cut.
Folks, he know who I am. I'm Captain Slack.
Oh, level up.
Scar to the head.
Below half health. Oh, oh, no. I think I just turned into a pirate and it didn't do damage to me. Whoa. You can breathe fire? This dude's a dragon now?
It'll take more than that to send old Slack to the locker.
What a waste of good grog. Cap, how could you?
Mate, get in here and help, you yellow swine.
Begging your pardon, Captain. But I'd rather forward your request
This,
to the
literally, he's like a super dragon. The fire is still on the ground.
bad form. What a cheap shot, Captain. What a waste
Oh, this is bad. This is bad.
of grog.
Oh,
Cap, how could you?
oh, fire again. Oh, I'm dead. I'm super dead. We got him down pretty low. I think we can do this. Just let you walk into the fight. That's cool. Right.
Have the heart, but she lacked the might. Still here, are you? Well, we'll have to do something.
I don't know if that will hurt him from up here. Well, he's up there, I should say.
Skewer that mangy rat.
And use the Zircon up. And Buzz Blades.
You let me win.
Don't be so quick to die.
Tried to jump over that and couldn't.
Lads, get in here and cut this rotten creature.
You out of you mangy rascals. Get the cut. Another lucky shot.
Okay, now we have
Don't worry,
another one of
Captain.
these.
Right where you are.
Wait, he's moving around? Did he do this? I don't remember him doing this last time. Oh, he's nearly dead. He's nearly dead. I think we still have one. Well, we have two left. Two swarms.
Mate, get in here and help, you yellow swine.
Begging your pardon, Captain. But I'd rather
Tornado right on him. And fusion grenades. Oh no, these guys are back. Oh no! I guess I can need to go Shock Ravager. Oh, that isn't Shock Ravager. Oh, I'm so dead. Convulsor gas. Oh. Okay, we got them to attack each other. Leech bomb. And now his giant thing is going to attack me. That's what she said. Oh. Oh no, I'm so nearly dead. Tornado. And flames. Oh, we got him. We got him.
The end be near. Oh, 'tis beautiful, Pete. A bright light at the end of me dark tunnel. Oh, wenches as far as the eye can see. Each with a pint of grog and a smile for old slag. Fare thee well, cruel galaxy. Fare thee well.
Captain? Captain? No! Why? Why?
God, it's like Shakespeare. It's not quite as dramatic.
Suppose now that you're our new captain, you'll be needing one of them gimmicky pirate names. The Dread Pirate Ratchet, perhaps?
Whoa. I'm your new captain?
Aye, 'tis the code, sir.
Thanks, but I'd rather have the Dimensionator.
Ratchet, we cannot allow it to be used even once. It is too dangerous.
I see. No way the Lombaxes could have invented something useful.
It is not logical to use this device, knowing the threat it poses.
What threat? You know, ever since the rocket sled, you've been nothing but a giant pain in my...
Walk!
What are you doing here?
Showing the universe that I'm a superhero. I'm also fighting the mother of all wedgies, but mostly the superhero thing.
Pork, put down the Dimensionator.
I shall now emblazon my name in the annals of galactic history by hurling this infernal contraption into a black hole.
I don't see that ending well.
Don't worry, Captain. That vessel will set course for the nearest available planet.
Which planet is that?
The Cragmite homeworld, Captain. Grog?
Ratchet, I can download the coordinates to the Cragmite homeworld by accessing Kronk's comm unit.
Okay,
You
tell him
have
to meet us
acquired the
outside the
treasure
planet's
mapper.
stratosphere.
This
Come on,
cleverly named
we need to
device
get back
will
to
reveal
Ophelia.
all
cool.
hidden areas and gold bolts. A must-have for any pirate on the go. Coordinates acquired for planet Repor.
So, is that like a thing we have? I guess it's just permanent. Cool. Well, that's everything I wanted to do tonight. I'll be back with more Ratchet and Clank on Saturday. And we'll go to the Cragmite homeworld, I guess. Thank you so much for watching. See you all next time. Goodbye.